is up, everybody? Welcome to another week of the KCM. We're here in match 1, starting out on a brand new map. This is something I have not seen before, Neo Fort 2.1. So something that's been around for a little while. It's been obviously been out. It's in 2.1 form, but I've never personally seen this map played, and it looks pretty crazy. We've got the space tile set with these kind of high ground buildings. I'm not really sure which name this tile set is. It's really unpopular. It doesn't come out very often. In some of the older maps it was pretty popular, but these days we really rarely see this tile set used. The one that we're seeing on screen here, where the main base is set up. Also, there is a very strange opening to the natural part of the base. You can go down this little ramp here and come into the natural. And then there's these mineral patches here that can be blocked off, but they're very low mineral patches. I'm not sure how many minerals are on each of those, but we'll see how that comes into effect. Looks like Royal here is going to start off with a wall in. We've got Shine down in the bottom right, saving up some lava. He's getting a spawning pool here on 9. We'll see if he decides to grab a gas as well. Always on these new maps, rushes can be very strong. Everything hasn't been quite figured out yet, because the players are not used to those. 24 minerals on each of those. There's 12 minerals on that one. Means that only 2 drones would be needed to mine that out. We'll see if he decides to do that. Yeah, he's sending a drone out right now. He sees this barracks in this wall. Ooh, this could be dangerous. Not sure if Royal is aware of how low those mineral patches are. There's not really much he can do to stop them from mining. Gonna mine this right now. Down to just 4 minerals. Can he make a gas geyser or something like that? How can he actually break through this with just 1 drone? He'll have to send a second one, I think. Here comes the links. There's the second drone. Okay, he's gonna send a second drone all the way across the map just to mine this mineral out. Of course, pulling a ton of SCVs here, he should be able to block that area off. But will the Marine pop out on the right side, or is it going to pop out in the left? Can he cancel this? Taking another base cancels. He does remove that mineral patch from that first drone, and he can bring it back now and mine out that patch. But we've already got a Marine here. We've got a... Oh, he's preventing it from mining. Look at that. Okay, he actually does mine it out. Oh, just barely gonna slip through here. Does kill one of the SCVs, but a bunch of these links go down. Some of them are still badly damaged. 4 do manage to get up here into the main. 2 more are coming. No. Pulling the Marines out of the bunker is horrible. Loses one of the Marines. Now 4 links are inside. We'll see if he ends up getting the gas and the speed as well, because 4 links inside the main of the Terran player could be devastating. Pulling 2 Marines out. Does he have anything inside that bunker? It looks like not. He pulls all of his Marines. So dangerous here. Royal. Very, very dangerous moves. If a couple of links made their way in there, in the reinforcement path, he could have absolutely killed both those Marines and snowballed this game. Big surround there. Finishes off that other Marine. Only 1 ling left alive inside the base, but Royal's been slowed down quite a bit. 2 bases being taken. Oh, excuse me. No, a base and a 3rd hatch being thrown down at that small choke. This is very, very interesting. Looks like in this case, and on this map, it's not really possible for the Zerg player to go for a 2-base build, just because of the fact that you can't throw down sunken colonies at a choke point at your natural and keep your main base alive. Marines could just run right by that, so he does have to throw down a 3rd hatchery no matter what. And that kind of narrows the choices here for our Zerg player. Very interesting stuff. Now, he will have that third base up here pretty soon. He does surround the SCV as well. Some nice moves there from Shine to just deny any information at all that Royal could possibly gain. We've got a Hydralisk Den on the way. Of course, Royal is going into a 1-1-1 build, grabbing his factory and, of course, that starport right after. Creep Colony on the way here. Going to finish up in just a second. Begins making the Sunken Colony, and the Lings are dying off slowly, but he can't really make his way past here with 2 drones as well as 4 or 5 Lings in the way. Ooh, just barely managing to slip by there. 5 HP left over, and he's gonna micro the hell out of this Vulture. Anything hitting this Vulture will kill it. There we go. Finally, one it does go down. A single drone dying. But overall, a pretty good hold from Shine. What a wild opening to this game so far. Just completely action-packed, but now we're going to get into a bit of a stalled-out situation here unless Shine actually wants to just go all-in Hydra. He's already built quite a few. This is a little bit more than you actually need to deal with that Wraith that's about to be coming across the map. And generally, you just want to throw down 2, maybe 3 Hydralisks to deal with the Wraith, keep it from dealing any damage to your Overlords or your drones, and then just focus on droning up, getting it into a good economic position. But right now, he's built quite a few of these Hydras. Royal does see that about 6 Hydras are out, and he's going to be in a bit of a dangerous position, adding on a second bunker here. This is a good move from him. Going to pick off this Overlord. There's a bunch of mines here in front of the natural as well, so I don't think that Shine can push through this. That is so many mines. I think that he should be okay here. Gonna send in some Lings first. Tried to deal with this. Oh, man. Lings running forward. Getting a lot of those mines to trigger there. One more mine. Ooh, very good targeting there from Shine. That could have gone completely wrong there. But he manages to pick off that mine. He keeps all of his Hydra alive. I think only 1 Hydra's gone down so far. Here's the first tank. Gonna lose this supply depot. Can't dive on the tank just yet. There's still those 2 bunkers, but you can see how seriously Royal is taking this threat. He pulls all of his SCVs up, being very, very careful here to surround everything and not to leave an opportunity here for Shine to just dive forward and kill that bunker and snowball this game. He's still keeping all of these off the map, even though he's seen, or excuse me, on these bunkers, even though he's seen that all the Hydras are back at home. Just being super, super careful here. Now it looks like Shine is going into a later game. Wait a second, cancels the layer. Shocking play there from Shine, just deciding he's not going to go for a later game here at all. He's going to go all in with Hydra here, 100%. Not even going to have the Overlord movement speed, though, so this could be very scary. If there's a bunch of mines out on the map here, 2 Overlords are moving forward, though. These 2 Vultures are just going to go down instantly. Royal not paying attention. He's actually dropping here on the top, but this could go completely wrong. I think it will as well. Without these 2 tanks here, he's going to get busted in the front. Let's see if Shine can take these down. Yeah, easy kill there on the first bunker. Second bunker is going to fall as well. Oh, man. Royal just messing up a little bit there, I feel. No, the bunker, the repair is too good. The blocking here from Royal just completely cucks these Hydras, not able to get in, not able to stop this Terran player from just ransacking his natural as well. There's nothing up there. There's no way to get air. Royal has just dropped the high ground and ended this game. GG. What a hold there. I was absolutely convinced that Shine was going to be able to break in and crush the natural of Royal, extend that game a little bit longer at least, maybe even end the game outright there, but Royal with the clutch hold keeps himself alive. What a wild map. What a wild game to start this one out, guys. We're going to jump into game number 2. Let's get it going. Okay, hopping into game number 2 now. Sorry, guys, I forgot to bring up the lineup. I was a little bit too distracted by that new map. We're now here on Polypoid. You can see the lineup down there below. Shine's been eliminated. We've still got Soma and Hero in the background. Snow Shuttle and YSC are here representing Protoss, and Royal, Rush, and Barracks me representing the Terran player. I asked you guys on Discord this week who you thought was going to end up taking this series, which race was going to come out on top. Mixed signals from you guys, but almost nobody said that Terran was going to take this week of KCM. Kind of a surprise to me. Looking at this lineup, we've got Royal, Rush, both amazing Terran players. We don't have Mini or for example, Queen. I've also heard that Jadong is back now too. Can't wait to see him in the KCM. But Soma Hero is pretty darn strong. Snow, of course, always strong. Shuttle and YSC here, who's playing right now, not on my top 10 list, not even close. So I think Terran has a good chance here, and considering Royal's performance in that last game, I'd say that there's a pretty good chance that we see a Terran victory here today. Got some annoying probe micro from YSC. Just picking away at this SCV here, checking out the entire build. He doesn't get a gas steal or anything like that. Royal's getting his setup here on the high ground. Perfect setup to counter this early Zealot that's coming across the map. And the factory, of course, coming down. No scout just yet for Royal onto YSC's base, but everything looking very normal here. Just a forward gateway, a little bit out of the ordinary. Other than that, nothing too scary here. Second Marine does pop out, start to deal some damage to that probe, and the Zealot. Okay, probe gonna go down. No, he doesn't target the probe there. One SCV felled thus far. Second does come forward to start working on that factory. Good dodging here by Royal. Takes one hit, but now he has 3 Marines out, going to push away that Zealot. Soon the 4th will be there, and I think the second Zealot is a little bit ambitious for YSC. I doubt he'll get any damage done with that, especially with a Vulture on the way here. Protoss Zealot making the rounds, walking all the way back towards the front of the base, but does get picked off. Now, second Zealot just retreating as the command center plus bunker coming down at the same time. Vulture expand out of Royal. Very modern build here. And no Nexus just yet for YSC, so what's the plan? Looks like Royal has a full scout on. He sees the probe heading down towards the natural as well, so he's going to assume, I think, that there is a Nexus coming out here, but still YSC not throwing down that Nexus. Has enough money now. See if he throws that down. Yes, he does. And this Vulture heading up towards the 3rd base, just getting in position to start laying down those mines. Everything looking relatively normal here now that that early aggression has been held. An Academy coming up from Royal. A little bit unsure of what his opponent's going to be doing. Slipping his Vulture in here. No Dragoon is present to deal with this. But the single Zealot on the ramp is going to be an annoyance. It's going to slow down the Vulture getting up into this base here. Not going to allow that to happen. Dragoon making his way back. Royal smartly pulling away that Vulture immediately to keep that alive and provide him with some early mines here. Now, first tank is out. We haven't gotten a shot of YSC's base for a little while here. There's the robotics facility. Okay, so we are going to be going into at least observers, maybe even a Reaver here. And I think that we're pretty well even right now. I wouldn't give an advantage to either player at this moment. We're just chilling. Not sure what happened this week with KCM. I don't think that this KCM came out until Friday or Saturday. I'm here now on Saturday. Yeah, it must have been on Friday. But I was just going on a ski trip this weekend, so I wasn't able to cast it right away when it came out, but just came back now, and I'm sitting down here on Saturday hoping to get this video out to you guys on Sunday. Guys, if you don't mind, I want to ask for a favor. If you can share this video or any KCM videos, I would really appreciate it. Definitely hit the subscribe button as well. Our subscribers have been growing relatively slowly in comparison to the first channel. Want to build up those numbers a little bit, get the word out there, let other people know we've got a excellent tournament here. Should have some more eyes on it. Some more eyes on KCM's channel as well. His channel's been growing quite a lot lately. I'm really happy about that. More people are getting interested in these secondary tournaments besides the ASL, and it's all good for Starcraft, man. It's all groovy for in terms of Starcraft. As long as more people are watching, this scene will continue to grow and thrive, and it's not going anywhere soon. So put the word out there. I do appreciate it. Thank you in advance. We've got some more factories popping down. Okay, so Royal making a decision here with that scan. Is hiding a bunch of factories down in the bottom center of his main base, trying to huck those away in a location where YSC is not going to look. He's YSC currently taking a third base and really trying to deny this vision as best he can. Uses a scan. Could use a second scan here to actually pick up the second observer, but he doesn't. And YSC may be able to make his way in here with this observer. We'll see. It's going to be a crazy push out of Royal here in just a couple of minutes. Those factories are finishing up now, and his supply is growing. YSC is still a little bit ahead, but he is pumping a bunch of probes out right now. He's not ready to take a big fight at this moment, and he can't see all of these tanks that are moving out. This move out is a little bit crazy, a little bit early. Ooh, picking off one tank is a nice pickup for YSC. Managing to snag that, and he's got his shuttle out. Does he have a Reaver out at this point? I'm not 100% sure. Royal is going to do or die with this attack. He's got maybe only +1 going right now, but he has no follow-up to this. There's no starport, no science facility. He's got to make this work. It is a very scary push. Reaver is here with 5 scarabs. He's ready to go. We'll be using that to slow everything down. Royal's going to move around that, though. He's got some vultures up here towards the third, not able to make his way up there. Can lay some mines, though. Remove a counterattack path for YSC at the very least. Now he's going to come down here, try to pick off this. Ooh, try to pick off that shuttle, but the shuttle already has speed. Now, Royal has made his way to this high ground before the Dragoons can react. A great move by Royal, just moving around his units, but now the shuttle running in here, dropping those vultures, scarabs. Where can they land? Ooh, a huge mine connection on a bunch of vultures and dragoons. So many tanks are left over, though. This is huge. Royal with a giant tank count still, and he is going to be macroing out insane amounts of vultures and Goliaths to this front line. I'm not sure if YSC can take this fight now. He does have an extra shuttle there. Oh, taking some mine hits. Really, really painful stuff there for YSC. Shuttle Reaver getting in the path of these reinforcements, but will it be enough? So many tanks moving forward right now. Big siege up right in front of the Nexus. He could hit this Nexus. Ooh, oh, the pylons really hurting YSC here. A great mine connection as well. There goes the shuttle and the Reaver. Only a few Dragoons left, and this is it, guys. YSC taps out. GG. Royal takes yet another victory. 2 kills so far. Hey, Terran looking pretty good right now. We'll see if Royal can continue the streak in game number 3. Okay, up next, Royal versus Hero on Ascension. This should be a great matchup. So far, Royal's been picking on some of these lesser players. Shine, YSC, really Shine. I mean, he had his time. He had a great run in the ASL season. I don't remember. But lately, not really showing up in these tournaments. And YSC, really an up-and-comer right now. Royal, just an absolute machine. He's been impressing me a ton lately, and this week is no exception. Starting off here with a wall-in against this Zerg player. And with Hero going for this early spawning pool, I think that the builds will match up nicely in favor of Royal. His Marine is going to pop out on the left side. He's going to have his supply depot up in time, get his very, very early command center with minimal defenses, and should be able to punish Hero here. He's going to get a vulture out very quickly. He will be able to get into his wraith, and he can start to deal that damage while at the same time getting into an early command center. So everything looking very nice for Royal right now. As long as he holds this off with no problems, he should be in a good position going into this mid game. 6 lings heading across the map. Got 6 lings. It's going to do next to no damage here. I could imagine. We've got that second supply depot nearly halfway done already. As long as that finishes up and we get some repair going, he should be fine. First Marine is out. Second is in production. That Overlord just being like a little tempting target out there. Why don't you lift off your barracks and come and try and kill my Overlord? But it's not going to happen. Royal just chilling behind the wall with a second Marine out. There's no way you can kill that barracks, or that, excuse me, that supply depot before the Marines can react and start to kill those lings. Here comes the assault here, trying his best to actually kill the supply depot. Supply depot's getting pretty low. The second SCV does arrive. It's getting very, very low. One of the lings does die. Oh, he kills it. Wow, really shocked that he ended up losing that supply depot. The Marines kind of glitched out there for a second and didn't end up shooting for a little while. But he does lose that supply depot. He starts his command center anyway. And I think he canceled that vulture as well. The vulture was about to be made. So he stops the vulture production, puts down that supply depot, throws down the command center, and a starport to follow. So still Royal, not too bad. It could have absolutely been worse, but Hero not fully committing. He just got the maximum amount of damage that he possibly could in that situation, and then pulls back right away. So I'm also very impressed by Hero here. Though he had a kind of a rough start there, a weird build matchup, he actually got the most value that he possibly could. 2 starport. Okay, Royal Gonna get fancy here this game. Double starport. We should end up seeing Cloak here. Wraith, Mass Wraith. Hero just gonna have to defend. Looks like with Muta, that is spotted by Royal. He sees the Spire. He knows what's coming here from Hero. Is he gonna continue with this? Yeah, he doesn't cancel or anything. He's just gonna fight it out air on air. There's the second refinery. Needs a lot of gas for this build. Get that engineering bay as well. Start those turrets. Begin to build that Wraith count. Third hatchery is on the way here at the front. Block up that entrance as much as possible. Make it as hard as he can for the vultures of Royal to run by. First Overlord has been killed. That Spire just about to finish up here. There is some space in the supply count of Hero for those first few mutas. Cloak on the way. No turrets just yet. He has to know that mutas are about to be on the way, so just waiting for the last possible second in order to make those turrets. Throwing down a bunker here at the front entrance as well. Want to keep those supply depots alive as long as possible. Hero should have Overlord speed on the way. It's not generally what you end up getting when you're going for mutas, because you want those Overlords to be slow so that you can micro the mutas as heavily as possible. But in this situation with Cloak Wraith, you absolutely need that additional tank. You need the speed so that you can track down these Wraiths. We'll see if Rolla can get a moving shot going here on some of these Wraiths. He's got 3 out on the map, and there's no Overlord in sight. Can we actually cloak and kill these? Beautiful cloak. He's going to track down some of these mutas. One ends up going down. The moving shot here, he's faking it, pretending that he's got an Overlord, but another muta goes down. There's the Overlord. He's going to go after the Overlord as quickly as possible. There it goes. Overlord goes down. 3 Wraiths still remain, but they are low on energy. Going to chase these directly across the map. So many mutas went down there. I think only 1 Wraith was lost. About 3 or 4 mutas go down. So a great trade here to start things off for Royal. Is going to take those home and repair them as well. Ouch. Having to kill this sunken colony is a bit of a pain. Now there's no sunken colony at the entrance for Hero, but he will be able to get his drone out there to expand science facility on the way. We're not far now from the irradiate and science vessels out, so there's a bit of a clock here in terms of what Hero can do and when he can do it. He's got to hurry up and get some damage done or start to just mass expand around the map. First expansion coming down here, that third base on the way. Hydralisk Den is down as well, so what's going to be the follow-up here for Hero? Will he be going into just mass Hydra, or is he going to predict a Marine transition out of Royal? Still no Overlord speed here. That's a little bit sad. Generally, the Mutalist player just has a stronger army overall against the Wraith player. Those Mutalists just do a lot better. You can bring a bunch of the Overlords along. There's the Overlord speed. Coming in here for the Scout Wraith. 1 Cloak Wraith just moving around the map, checking everything out. He sees the 3rd base. He's going to see the 4th as well, it looks like. No, he's just heading back across the map. Looks like the mutas are just in time as the Cloak wears out. Picks off that Wraith. Nicely done. Royal gets a lot of information though. There's the Marine Tech Switch. Academy is down. It'll have to be Hydras with that Lurker upgrade. He's going to have to get Lurkers out here very quickly to counter this play. Pure Hydra will just absolutely melt to these Marine Medic once they're fully upgraded with their stim and range. So time is just about up here for the build of Hero. He's got to switch out of this immediately. He hasn't really done any damage with the Mutilas. He's lost quite a few. The Wraith count is enormous. And now the Science Vessel is ready. I'm not sure if it has energy for Irradiate, but it will have soon enough. Here comes some of those Hydras. Marines are being produced. +1 upgrade is on the way as well. What is Hero going to do with this attack? He's sending out quite a few Hydras as he saturates that third base. Not too many drones at that fourth, though. I think we're going to see Lurkers being morphed right outside the main of Royal, but is that a good idea? Here comes those first 5 Hydras. They're going to end up getting picked off here pretty quickly. There's that Irradiate. This is quite a few kind of wasted resources so far from Hero, who just needs a bunch of Lurkers at this point. Really needs some extra Lurkers. He needs something to deal with these Wraiths as well. In low numbers, Hydras can be relatively effective against Marines, but as soon as the Marine number and the Medic number grows high enough, you absolutely need some other sort of tool there to deal with them. Something like Defiler, some Lurkers, or something like that. You can't really fight purely with Hydra against this. Now, a lot of drones being picked off here by Royal, but will he escape? There's the Mutas getting harassed here. There, finally, an Overlord does arrive. I think all of these Wraiths will go down if he continues to fight here, but Hydras are going to retreat. I felt like that was a favorable engagement. A lot of the Marines were on the high ground, and maybe he could have continued to fight there, but he decides to fall back. He's going to go to his high ground. Still only 1 drone mining at the 4th base, so Hero really staying low econ right now. He's afraid of getting bowled over by Royal at this point. No, not finding any time to drone. Ooh, there's a couple of Scourge moving through the middle, not being controlled properly though, and end up going down. Royal with good control, keeping those Science Vessels alive and dealing with the Scourge very effectively. Still 3 Science Vessels out here. That's a lot of Irradiate for this number of Hydra and Mutilas. There's the first few Lurkers. Gonna run forward here, try to get on top of this. Not able to do so. 2 Marines go down, but a bunch of Irradiates come out. And a bunch of Lurkers are going to go down. The first few tanks have arrived, sending his dropships across the map, not revealing them at all, keeping them a secret for now, bringing the Wraiths along to clear out vision to make sure that he doesn't lose these drops here right away. He's going to fight with the Muta, but that's kind of a distraction tactic here for Royal. Royal just going to come right in and drop all of these Marines in the main. This could be huge. He's going to be able to kill a lot of the economy and also a ton of the tech here. That evolution chamber being sniped down. He's gonna stop this upgrade. Beautifully done. Also getting the dropships out of there very quickly. Nicely executed here by Royal, dropping out some Marines there in the just outside of the main. Gonna fight with the remainder of these Marines to the very last man. Eventually they all do go down, but that was a great attack by Royal, eliminating some of that tech, picking off that Hydra's Den and the Evo chamber. So huge. And now he's gonna get 3 more free Irradiates here. No recourse from Hero. He's brought up the tanks as well. If he just sieges up here and starts to pick off those Lurkers, Hero is just hemorrhaging so many units here that I don't know if he can actually turn this game around or not. It's going to be a very tough uphill battle if he does manage to do so. Evolution Chamber on the way once again. That denial on the upgrade is so huge. Well, we do have +1 on the attack, so maybe that managed to finish up, but really in this matchup it's so important to get those carapace upgrades. We also don't see the Queen's Nest coming up yet. We don't have Defilers on the way, so still a very precarious situation here for Hero's gonna... Oh man, Royal gonna lodge himself in this little nook here. And with no Dark Swarm, there's not really a whole lot that Hero can do to stop that. You can't just throw down one single spell and clear all of those units there. Now, he is going to run forward with quite a lot of Hydras and Lurkers, and he does manage to shove a bunch of these Marines back. However, the Lurkers burrow just slightly out of range, and a lot of them are going to lose their lives. This drop in the main with just 3 Marines kills a ton of stuff from Hero. Little Lurker wandering in aimlessly, ends up dying. Royal looks like he's about to take this game, still sitting here on 2 bases, but he is bringing the pressure right now to Hero's front door. Lurkers and Hydras, looks like there's enough here to clear this out finally, but he's still going to lose quite a bit in order to do so. Still some more Marines left over, and the rally's just coming forward. Big eraser on all these drones. GG. Royal with yet another kill here. 3 kills thus far. Very impressive stuff from him. Seemed like he had the perfect counter to whatever Hero was doing from the very beginning. Takes that game easily. That is a shocker. Hero, such a strong Zerg player, goes down there easily to Royal. We're going to go on and get into game number 4 here, guys. Moving right along. Hero has been eliminated. Royal just slaying it today, guys. And the Shuttle is next on the chopping block. We're here on... Is this Neo-Sylphid? I think it might be. Got Shuttle down here in the bottom right. Royal in the top center. I haven't seen this map for a little while. But it does definitely look like Neo-Sylphid. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, guys. We've got Royal just setting up his supply depot. Not too much going on just yet. Looks like a gate in base. Totally normal here for Shuttle. Gonna send out the probe after gate, the probe scout. The barracks here in the front. Not gonna have a full-on wall in here, but he does want to have that barracks out there. Maybe one single supply on the right-hand side or a bunker to make things a little more difficult for Shuttle to harass with the Zealot. Pretty annoying that SCV getting stuck in the middle for two times. Whoa, that is frustrating for Royal. Way too much damage from that first probe. Attacking on that SCV on the barracks is completely RNG where that SCV decides to go. Really working out well for Shuttle thus far. Gonna have to do a little bit of repair on that SCV. Again, getting on top of it. 9 HP, 5 HP, 3 HP. There it is. Takes it down. Nice kill from Shuttle, though. A lot of that was just based on pure luck. That finisher was pretty darn good. Getting that kill there. Pretty huge advantage to Shuttle to start things off. This is not Starcraft 2. You only start off with 4 workers at the beginning, so losing one as you're just starting to build up here in the early game before the 3-minute mark really puts a dent in your economy. Now still harassing here. Royal has to take one SCV off the mining kind of permanently here until he gets rid of this probe. He doesn't have to, but you can see he's very annoyed by the fact that that probe got that early damage. Now blocking this Zealot. No way. Another lucky SCV movement there. And Royal ends up allowing this Zealot inside. Wow, nice control there with the SCV there at the end, just picking off that Zealot, stopping it from getting any more damage here. The second Zealot now is going to try to jump on these Marines, but 4 Marines easily takes care of that Zealot. And the third Zealot's not going to get literally any damage done here. SCV doing a number on this pylon, almost taking down all of the shields. The third Zealot just going to run right by. Nope, changes his mind, sends that back. Loses a bit of hull damage. Takes a bit of hull damage, excuse me, and he does lose the probe as well. So things not working out so well for Shuttle's early Zealot. Control there, his early Zealot harass. Royal's control just a little bit too good. And that's kind of what I expect from him. His level is just a little bit higher, really, than Shuttle in basically every way. Shuttle is checking in there for that command center. He managed to get some good luck here early in the game, but things have kind of reversed. Those Zealots did 0 damage. He ended up losing 2 Zealots for nothing, basically, besides the early scout there, and he still had to run in with the Dragoon to find out if there was a command center being built by Royal. So Royal in a pretty decent position. He's got his first tank out, not going for the Vulture expand this time. He's going to come out and deal some damage to this Dragoon. Not a quick pullback there by Shuttle. He's going to lose this. Oof. That is really painful stuff there for Shuttle. You hardly ever see that happen with this highest levels of play. But Shuttle, he moved his Dragoon in the opposite direction there for a second. I'm not sure if that was a misclick or if that was a glitch in the Dragoon AI. Generally that doesn't happen, but he ends up moving the wrong direction, and Royal is all over that with the moving shot. Picks off that first Dragoon, and again, another advantage here to Royal. He's looking so good. He's looking ready to take a 4th game here, adding on a second factory. The Reaver is about to pop out, so we'll see what Shuttle can do with this, but I'm assuming that Royal is going to build a couple of Goliaths here, and he should be ready for this. His armory is done. 3 Dragoons coming forward, but 3 tanks. That's a lot of damage if he target fires on a single Dragoon. He can kill that off in just a couple of hits. Especially since they've already been weakened. Ooh, very close there. Shuttle just pulling back in time. Not going to make the same mistake twice. He could have ended up losing maybe 1 or even 2 Dragoons there had he not pulled back just in the nick of time as those Marines and tanks came into vision. This game, a game of seconds. And just the millisecond reaction speed can cost you a game. So this time Shuttle able to pull that back in time. We'll see what he can do now with this Shuttle. It's coming in towards the main base, it looks like. Not going to go for that natural. Heading directly into main. 2 Goliaths here, though. Royal all over this. He knows exactly what's coming. And Shuttle just going to have to run. So first attack completely denied. He knows exactly the plan now. He's even got his scans up. He sees what Shuttle has. He knows there must be another Nexus out on the map with that number of gateways. Nothing else really makes sense. So he knows there's got to be a Nexus out there at 3rd base somewhere for Shuttle. Completely denied once again that Shuttle from getting into his natural. Just not taking any damage, and I'm scared for Shuttle now. I think that, you know, everything he's done so far hasn't really worked besides that early probe, really. And Royal is completely capable of just dropping 4 more factories and going for the kill if he decides to take that route. But alternatively, he could just take this into a long game. Just drop another or a starport there, drop the science facility and get into an 2-1 giant timing attack, or take a third base. There's the third base just now. So it will be that secondary option. The fourth base is already on the way here for Shuttle, so he's kind of prepared for this. He's going to have a ton of resources coming in very, very soon. All he needs to do is really just pay attention to any vultures that might be sneaking out here. Make sure that no damage can occur on his side of the map, and try to break this push as it comes out from Royal. Try to stop him from taking this early third base. We'll see if he will be successful at that, or if he decides possibly to just back off and let that third base go down and take an engagement at a later date. Now the science facility is on the way. The Goliaths are everywhere, ready for this play. He's completely ready for any sort of drop play here. He hasn't had to build even a single turret. Very, very efficient use of his resources here. No turrets, even against a Reaver play. That's very, very good for the Terran player. Turrets, of course, they just don't add anything to your army. It's kind of a resource sink. It does help you to defend from counterattacks when your army kind of moves out. You will have the kind of static defense back at home to stop those shuttles from just flying in easily. Of course, they can still kind of just fly in anyway, but at least it slows them down a bit. Might even pick them off before they get all of their units out. Now, a barracks, or a bunker, excuse me, being sent built in the main base. He's getting ready for that play, for his opponent to just bomb shuttles into the main and try to initiate a counterattack. But I'm not sure if just a single bunker is going to be enough without any turrets there. Ooh, 2 shots from a Reaver manages to pick off 1 tank. This shuttle is getting a little bit dangerous here. Another couple Scarabs land, and another unit dies on the side of Terran. Terran gonna slowly push out here, grab that third base, pick up their shuttle. Nicely done, keeps that alive. Going to fall back just a tiny bit. Scarab gonna do some damage to this command center. Not the most efficient, but he manages to get another shot off without taking any damage. Almost Reavers, very nice control by Shuttle, but all he's managed to do is slow this down a tiny bit. Royal relentlessly pushing forward, getting his SCVs on the mineral line now. He should be able to secure that third base, no problem, keep that alive, and move on to the next phase of this game. 2-1 should be on the way by now. And Royal, with that third base, he will be able to power up very, very heavily, get into a 4th as well, and then we should see the epic late game in Terran versus Protoss that we always love to watch, always love to witness. There are some mines now, some turrets are up as well, so Royal very mindful of the potential for a double shuttle drop here. And that's exactly what Shuttle's going to do. Here he comes. Can he actually get anything off here? Can he actually kill anything? There's mines already in position. Here we go, dropping those out. Mine's going to blow up quite a bit of this stuff. The first shuttle does go down, but 1 shuttle does remain. That bunker doing a great job targeting in the middle of the supply depot. Is going to kill 3 supply depots all at the same time. There's the Reavers being picked up here. Gonna drop those out once again, but the tank does siege up in range. He's gonna pick off one of these Reavers, it looks like. No! Another great pickup there, but can he actually get this off? 1 more shot. No! 1 more shot. Get it! Okay, nicely done. Shuttle manages to pick off yet another tank here. He will lose the Reaver, but He forced quite a few units back into this location. Is it enough to allow him to break into this third? A lot of the units getting clumped up here. Nice drop, but the storm not the greatest. I mean, just clearing out a few mines there. Another good storm. This storm is huge on the bottom side tanks. The back tanks are also brought extremely low by that storm. The Zealots running forward here. I think that Shuttle can actually break this. It's so close. Need to bring up some tanks here. Royal running low on these tanks. The Zealots, excuse me, get on top of those low HP tanks from that storm and manage to clean up a lot of those. So many tanks have been picked off. Even if Shuttle doesn't manage to push all of this away, I would still call this a win for the Protoss player. Last few Dragoons are going to die, but he does manage to pick off one more last Dragoon. Another storm. Oh, huge storm there. Good pull away by Royal, but he still loses quite a few SCVs in the process. Ooh, big turnaround here, though. Royal with the pickoffs on the transferring probes. Massive damage. They're picking off, I would say, at least 6 to 8 probes in that transfer. He hasn't been very active with the Vultures all game, and the first time he moves out with them manages to kill off a ton of units. Another High Templar drop. Psionic Storm. Ooh! Sending the SCVs to that refinery turned out to really be a terrible idea. Royal loses a whole bunch more SCVs in his third base. He's still got a lot here, it seems, at his main and natural. Needs to transfer some of those around, but Shuttle's really limited this economy here. We should be seeing Royal taking a 4th base at this point, but the trades here have been great for Shuttle. The kills on the SCVs have really slowed things down. And now this Vulture drop, I don't think it's going to get much done. We really have a lot of cannons in that main base in the center left. So I think that it should be fine. Oh, a 2-tank drop. Very interesting stuff here from Royal. He's got a ton of mines on the top side here as well. But the dropship comes through. The shuttle comes through. The tanks are going to get picked off, it looks like. Yeah, these Dragoons are going to make it in time. They finish off that dropship, and Royal loses 2 tanks basically for nothing. He's going to move out slowly here now. All of these tanks are in position to defend the 3rd base, and a 4th coming up in that top right. Royal going to take this to the very latest stages of the game if Shuttle allows it. Right now, though, Shuttle has 200 supply, 50 supply ahead of his opponent. And I think if he wants to, he could probably just break that 4th. He's moving towards the 3rd, though, with the bulk of his army. Good spread of tanks here. We'll see how the Psionic Storm ends up landing. Shuttle's coming in from multiple angles, going to drop out a single Zealot, though, and dies immediately. Another storm on some of these tanks, but a lot of the Protoss units just getting kind of bunched up together. Not dealing a whole lot of damage here, and Royal holds this brilliantly. He is now 3-2 as well, so strong. His army is just massive. Drops out another Psionic Storm. There we go. Huge kills there, but not from the storm. Instead, from the splash damage of the tank, just finishing off those weakened SCVs. And Shuttle's done it again. He's slowed down the economy once again. He's killed off some of those tanks, but it wasn't as successful as the first attack. And that's just kind of the way it goes in Protoss versus Terran. As the Terran continues to grow, as they continue to increase those upgrades, the trades get worse and worse until Shuttle and his 200 gateway army can barely put a dent in the army of Terran. That's where you really need the spells to come in clutch. You absolutely need to bring the pain with the Psionic Storm or some other spells available only through the Arbiter. So he's going to pick off a few mines here. He's looking for an opportunity, looking for a hole in the defense. Again, Shuttle maxing out here, but he's only 40 supply ahead of his opponent on this max out. So Shuttle is growing. More Storm coming down. Pretty good dodges there, but the last Storm picks off a ton of those SCVs. He's going to throw this Shuttle up into the top right-hand corner and just wait for some more energy to come out. Starport is here. I wonder if he's making a Wraith right now. Probably wants to get rid of that stupid Shuttle if he can. Big army here for Shuttle. He wants to dive here into the third once again. He's going to try it. Looks like he's ready to go. High Templar here on the low ground, ready to storm. Is he going to go for the storm on the mines? Try to get rid of some of those. No, he goes for the storm on the tank and the science vessel. Pretty good D-Matrix there to block a lot of that damage. A good EMP as well. More storm coming through, but so many tanks here in the background. And with the 3-3, there's really no way to dive in there. Uh-oh. Tons of kills going down here at the third base of Shuttle. Is just not paying attention to this location. He lost that cannon and he loses every single probe at that location. There we go. A Wraith does pop out. Picks off that Shuttle. Nice moves there from Royal. And he's getting close in supply. He's closing the gap right now. Shuttle adding on more bases. So grabbing this base in the top left. He's got that mineral base getting set up here. He's also got the main over in the bottom left and that natural as well. This base he hasn't been able to take just yet. But a fifth is under construction for Royal. So Royal has his eyes set on center right. As he gets closer and closer to maxing out here, his army is going to be so incredibly powerful, and I do not see a transition from Shuttle. He's just sticking with this speed Shuttle plus storm play. It's not really working out that well. The trades are getting worse and worse, and now these vultures just going to come out and fight. Big army here behind that for Royal. He's ready to take a fight the moment that Shuttle decides to engage, and wherever he decides to engage, these tanks and vultures will be moving to counter that. Royal getting closer and closer to the center left base. As soon as he manages to get a little bit closer there, he can float that command center over and just defend from a distance with these tanks at the top side. You don't actually need to be on that high ground in order to defend that base. You just need to be close enough to shell anything heading up that ramp. There's a Stargate. Finally, transition point here from Shuttle. Maybe getting into that Arbiter play, but is it too little too late? The fifth base is coming down, about to land here for Royal, and Shuttle is just wandering around the map with this 200 army, not sure where to engage, not sure where to fight here. The third base almost mined out for Royal, but this fresh fifth is going to keep him in the game pretty much until the end, I should say. Even if everything gets mined out, I think that he should be fine with just 5 bases. Gonna take this engage now. Shuttle running forward. Tons of zealots getting annihilated by these mines. Pretty good storms on the front, but look at the number of tanks here behind. Shuttle supply has dropped dramatically. Down to 130 supply, and I think that this is the unsiege and go moment for Royal. He's got all of his tanks here, 166 supply. He just has to reset his hotkeys here, make sure he's got everything on those hotkeys, and then he will start to move forward. Big storm there. A lot of tanks just kind of eating that storm, walking forward into it. Everything is unsieged though, and without a massive number of zealots and dragoons, you just can't really take this fight. Good storms, really good storms, getting the best value he could possibly hope for here with those storms. But Royal is just rolling forward, heading towards that bottom left. So many gateways here for Shuttle, but the Arbiter tech is just not ready. He's going to start to lose bases here. We've got some tanks to defend this 5th base for Royal. Royal's ready with the D-Matrixes as well. The mines are here Big mine connects and great defense from Royal. Just 2 tanks and a few scattered units and mines. Just deals with everything perfectly. The storm comes down, but D-Matrix saving that tank. These tanks are very, very low. Bringing up the SCVs. I love this move. Royal, so much is going on right now, but still has the presence of mind to bring the SCVs forward to actually heal up that army. So much more efficient than just rebuilding it, waiting for those tanks to die and rebuilding them. Repair always more efficient than just rebuilding those units. Good pick off spy shuttle, killing a couple of tanks here, but it's not going to be enough to end this attack, to end this assault. Good D-Matrix there on the front tank. That storm going down on a very low HP tank, so not the best value. And this Nexus is about to go down. Finally, Royal will be able to push forward and take this base out. I think Shuttle on his last legs. 185 supply. He's about to max out here. But I think this may be the last max out he can muster unless he manages to wipe this entire army and take control of the map once again. I think he's just going to end up having to tap out. All of these units going down. Shuttle is just going to try for the counterattack, go for the kill on this 5th base. A lot of tanks here in the back, but the Zealots are getting all over them. We've got another storm here for Shuttle. Can he actually get the value that he needs? A huge rally of vultures and tanks coming down from the north, just completely decimates that army. A 6th base is up now for Royal, and this is it, guys. Shuttle is going to go down in this game. A beautiful late game Terran versus Protoss. Just brilliantly executed here by Royal. He's looking so powerful as he rolls down here towards the natural base. Even though Shuttle got some good plays, he got some good luck this game as well. He ends up getting pushed right back into that natural, and he cannot break out of this location. There's just no way to get those units out. He doesn't have recall at this point. He's going to lose this 3rd base. He does manage to get out of the bottom left, though. He's managed to crack out of that location. You can see he's taking another Nexus there in the center left. He's holding that base right now. He's got a ton of gateways down there in the bottom left, so he can remax. I was wrong. He will be able to remax one more time. Royal getting close to max as well. 176 supply. He's going to pick off this Nexus. A lot of probes could go down here. It's like Shuttle putting a lot of those on hold position, though, on stop position. 12 kill tank, pretty darn strong. 3-3 is done and ready. Arbiter is gaining energy, so he could go for a recall here pretty shortly. He's maxed out now, ready to drop. Doesn't have a drop option here just yet. Another D-Matrix saving that tank, and the Shuttle does go down without any kills from that. Shuttle here was still a pretty decent bank. However, Royal mining on 6 bases, a very tough hurdle to overcome. Completely maxed out here. Royal just snagging the rest of those probes there at the bottom center. Here we go. This is the last move. This is the big one. Can he actually deny this base? Doesn't even matter. Even if he denies this, I think that it's going to be fine. Another base there at the top left. Royal just going to evacuate that location, and he's all over this spot as well. Nice pickoffs on this Templar before the assault can even begin there. And now Royal just gonna roll right down into this other main base, setting up his tanks, just getting in a perfect position here to annihilate this location. It's like Shuttle is ready for a counter assault, but I don't know if he will be successful. He's got no storms. He's got no spells to use against this army. Royal is going to fall back here away from the center right, so he loses some of his mining. He's still got the upper right and the upper left, which should be lasting him for quite a bit longer here. Oh god, so many Dragoons going down. Shuttle really losing it here as things start to fall apart. Down to just 120 supply. Looks like he lost all of his units down here at the bottom left as well. We missed that off screen, so although he does have quite a few spells now, in order to try to clear this, he just doesn't have the army mass anymore. He's spent all of his bank. He's got this one arbiter that maybe can do something. It's got 100 energy, but it doesn't appear that he has the stasis spell ready to go. Another base is going to go down here for Shuttle, and I think this is the killing blow. Royal finally Shuttle finally taps out. Royal is yet again victorious. 4 kills thus far. Terran doubters, where are you? How mad are you right now? Okay, Royal just crushing through. Of course, we still have Snow and Soma. Those should be some of the best games of the night. Royal versus Snow, Royal versus Soma, Rush versus Snow, Rush versus Soma. Those are some great epic matchups to be had here. Let's go ahead and jump into that next game. Okay, into our final Zerg match. Soma here in the top right. We've got Royal in the bottom left. We are on Eclipse. Soma with something to prove here. Got Royal. He is one of the top Terran players right now. Soma, he needs to bring it back for his squad. He's got to bring it back for the Zerg. We've got so much Zerg faith here recently. Everyone's convinced that Zerg is overpowered, and they've just been underperforming this week. Really underperforming. Royal just showing up way too hard. Command Center first versus Hatchery first. Royal getting yet another good build matchup here. And the early scout here from Soma, that's not really going to do too much to slow this down. He can start to hit this SCV, but with 2 SCVs are being pulled, won't be able to do too much damage here. We're going to get that nice wall in as well with the second supply depot just below the first. Trying to get the moving shot here. Soma not able to deal too much damage, and we'll grab his third base immediately. Third base before that spawning pool, so I'm a little bit puzzled of what we might end up seeing here from Soma. I doubt that we're going to see just a straight up game here from him. On this map, it is very hard to get that 4th base. And we've seen a lot of Zerg players take a different approach to this matchup on this map. A lot of players have been going for a very crazy Hydralisk Defiler style of gameplay. Nice surround. Wow, Royal with the perfect surround right as the command center is finishing. He just gets straight to work. Very efficient right there, and Royal looking good after picking off that drone. I mean, this spawning pool is going to be coming out very late, so Soma has cut quite a few corners in order to make up the difference here with the command center first. Luckily, he did end up going for that early drone scout, so he was able to grab the 3rd base before spawning pool, but I still think that the command center first kind of favors Terran a little bit, though it is still very close. That 3rd base from Soma. Just going to be popping out some drones. He needs to get a few Zerglings out here as well as Royal sends his Marines across the map. Those 3 Marines just chilling out here, waiting for the 4th. And as that 4th comes out, if there's no Zerglings besides these 2 at the natural, he could end up losing quite a few drones. There's a few more lings popping out. We've got 4 lings out now. 5, 6. Okay, that's fine. That's enough. And Royal will spot that. He sends his Marine straight back home. Oh no, he's actually sending them all out. Let's see if he is able to get any damage done here. He is sending them straight across the map. And they haven't been spotted by Soma. Soma was looking for another SCV traversing the map, is not going to see any of these Marines. They're completely hidden. That is a huge number of Marines to just have out on the map, heading towards that natural. Oh man, if Royal holds this perfectly, and I think he will, he's going to be able to get up here in the third base, kill every single drone. Every drone is going to go down here at that third. Oh man. This is so rough for Soma. Okay, not every single drone, but 3 do fall down immediately. Pretty good control there from Soma. Moving his... Oh, man, Stim is done. Oh, my goodness. Stim is done already. He's going to try and pick off this hatch. Running away there, stimming up once again. His Marines are very low, but he picks off every single ling. All of the lings die. Hatchery is about to go down. Firebats plus Marines heading up this direction with the support of a couple of medics. I think this base goes down 100%. Beautiful play by Royal, just keeping his units in the dark spots of Soma's vision. And now Royal in a beautiful spot. He's got a bunch of Marines out on the map. Oh, a run by here with the lings. He's going to get on top of these Marines, but every single one dies. Easy peasy. Royal kills off all those lings. He's coming here towards the natural, but sees that sunken colony is active. Not going to just dive in there and try to kill. Or is he? Here we go. Going for it. Trying to kill off these... Oh god, this sunken colony is going to go down so fast. He's just running straight in, going after the drones. They're all stacked up. He's broken in. The mutas are going to be popping out here, but how much damage can these firebats do? Going after the drones. No, this firebat. Oh, the firebat's doing so much damage. Not able to kill off all of those weakened drones, but more Marines arrive. You can take good trades with these mutas, completely breaching this natural. So painful for Soma, who's just trying to clean this out the best that he can. Finally does so, and will get back to mining there in the natural, but he's lost so much here. All I think Royal needs to do at this point is get into some Valkyries, get as many turrets up as is necessary, and move out with a good Marine Medic ball. He should be able to take this game now. Soma gonna go in for the desperation attacks here, sending in the mutas immediately with only 4 of them. He picks off an SCV, but that's not enough. There are so many SCVs here for Royal. He's got such an advantage. That's really not going to be able to, or that's really not going to even the odds at all. Soma sitting here with just 3 drones mining minerals at the natural. The Marine count is rising. The tech is growing here for Royal as well. That tech lead is huge. Does he have a academy here? No, he's just going to get into a quick science vessel. I feel like that is a bit of a mistake. Why not just go for your Valkyrie here immediately? You know that the only thing Soma is creating right now is just a ton of these Mutalisks. There's not really any potential for a tech switch. You can't afford it at this point. Tech switching into lurkers would be a death sentence. So you know that he's going for just pure Mutalisks here. Why not grab some Valkyries and end the game immediately? Well, Royal wants to get into his science vessel. He wants to have that late game potential. Play it out just normally here. I can't blame him for that. He's in such a good position. He just needs to stop this Mutalisk ball from dealing too much damage here, and before the irradiates are ready. He's doing a pretty good job so far, but Soma really killing off a lot of Marines. This Marine count's getting kind of crazy low. There's still 4 turrets in the main there, next to the command center. There's 3 turrets here at the barracks. There's the first 2 science vessels. Picks off one of these turrets, but only 6 Mutalisks remain. They are relatively low. That is a good amount of Muta and Ling out in the front. Almost ready for an irradiate here. 65 energy, so only 10 more seconds, and that first irradiate will come down. There's really no Mutas left over. GG. Soma taps out, and Royal with yet another victory. Okay, the final Protoss player of this week, Snow, spawning up here in the top left, Royal in the bottom left. We're here on Fighting Spirit, so couldn't ask for a better map, honestly, as the Protoss player. It's gonna be so tough for Royal to take that third base in the center left. Just send units directly up into that location. Reavers on that high ground will make it incredibly difficult for you to take that third base. Not liking Royal's chances here, just looking off the map position, but he's got to be feeling so good right now. Just dominating thus far. He's got the all kill already secured as well. He's killed Shine, Hero, and Soma. All Zerg players have been eliminated, so he has to be feeling great. Gonna take home that extra 800,000 won as a bonus. But can he finish off this series? Can he get that last kill? This should be the hardest game of the night for Royal here. Snow, such a beast in Protoss versus Terran. We'll see how he does in this game. He still has to go through Rush and Barracks, though, if he manages to take out this monstrous Terran player. Here comes the first Zealot, gonna start to deal some damage to these SCVs. Nice pick off there. A little bit of unfortunate RNG for the SCV control. Nice job, though, blocking this Zealot out. A second SCV does go down, though. 2 SCVs for that first Zealot, and that's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good damage. The second Zealot is going to arrive here, and the first still has not yet been picked off, so he can try to deny the command center once again. Gonna stop this bunker from going down, but the Marine is dealing quite a bit of damage to that second Zealot. Where's the first Zealot? I think it's been picked off now. Unless it's still managing to run around here. Wow, so annoying. Staying alive for an incredible amount of time. 0 kills on the second Zealot. It will end up getting picked off here pretty soon, unless it manages to run off into the main. Nicely done. Does make it into the main once again. But this first Zealot has been picked off. The second should be tracked down momentarily, and Royal going to stabilize here with the 2 bases, tucking himself in a corner, looking for another kill. Oh, nice pullback by Royal, aka Sorry. Beautiful, beautiful play. Surviving what has to be one of the best early Zealot control players on the planet. Of course, probably second place to Mini, who's just so on point right now. He's absolutely Bonjour material at this point. If there was just a Bonjour for Protoss versus Terran, or a single matchup, I should say, then Snow would definitely take that title there. Dropping a pylon in the main base of Royal is going to try and block the, what's it called? He's going to try and block his machine shop. That's super annoying. It forced him to move his factory and just slow down the machine shop a little bit. So nothing huge, no huge damage there by dropping that pylon. So it's not something you really see that often, but Snow just bringing out all the tricks here, trying to be as annoying as possible to slow down Royal just a little bit extra, give himself a better advantage, and he does manage to do that at least. Coming here to the bunker, just going to deal some of that damage to force the repair. Armory on the way. Supply depot as well. So Royal just playing this out pretty typically. making sure that he's crossing all of his T's, dotting all of those I's. He sees the number of Dragoons here. Should be pretty confident that there's not going to be an early DT or anything like that. Sometimes when you do have that bunch of early zealots attacking you in the beginning of the game, it can telegraph a early... Oh, tank dive, tank dive! Oh, okay, has to pull back. Good pull away by Royal. Gotta keep that bunker alive. Nice repair. And keeps that tank alive, so pretty important moment there. But what I was saying is when you see a bunch of zealots rallied across the map in the early game, sometimes that can telegraph a DT play. However, when you see a follow-up of a ton of Dragoons rallied across the map, you can pretty much eliminate that from your mind. Just relax. Don't need to get a very, very early turret or anything like that. Just focus on getting these upgrades and everything out. The early factories and all that good stuff. Pumping out those workers. Royal getting his economic engine rolling here. He's also got his scans coming up. You should have some Goliaths popping out here relatively soon. A couple of upgrades going down as well. And there is a robotic support base, so we will be seeing Reavers pretty much just a given. Since it is snow we're talking about here, he should be going for that Reaver play. That's his best tool that he has. Wow, pick off on the bunker here, and these Dragoons are going to be moving a little bit forward. Picks off a single Marine, not the biggest amount of damage there, but does put the pressure on to Royal. Let's see if he decides to rebuild that bunker. It is kind of important for dealing with the Dragoons. Should a drop go off in the main base, you're going to want to pull back a lot of your units to deal with that. So you do want to have a bunker up at the front to just stave off any Dragoon counterattacks. Now, loading up here, we'll see what Snow can do. Royal's completely prepared. He knows what's coming. He scans the main, he doesn't see anything, but he's just so ready. You can tell that he knows exactly what the plan is here for Snow, and he should be getting his Goliath range soon. That range upgrade is one of the longest upgrades in the game. It's definitely the longest upgrade in the machine shop, so it does take quite a long time to complete. A nice pick off on that Observer, but he does manage to spot the starport. Here comes that shuttle. Reaver is dropped out. The Goliath stops targeting onto the shuttle, though, unfortunately. So Royal, although he doesn't really take damage, he doesn't deal very much damage to that shuttle. He doesn't lose his Goliath at least, but could have put a good amount of damage onto that shuttle. Now, Snow taking the base in the top right. He's going up to 4 bases here, but we've seen this before. This is feeling very familiar, very similar to the versus shuttle game that we saw earlier, where the Reavers just really didn't deal much damage. We didn't see the Protoss player able to deny Royal at all, to really slow him down in any significant way, and he got into a great position in the mid game and was able to take that win. Now, Snow taking this base up here in the top right. He is going to be under threat from some drops. Dropship heading around the bottom side of the map. Still no vulture speed, so I'm assuming there is Goliath range. I think I saw the blue jets coming out behind the... Yeah, those blue jets coming up behind the missiles there means that, yes, there is Goliath range finished. Here we go. Probe transfer heading up towards the top right. He's got some Dragoons up there as well, so shouldn't end up taking too much damage from these vultures. But that drop is heading around the outside of the map. Ooh, this is a great location to deal some damage here, especially when Snow is preoccupied with other things. There we go, coming in for those kills, but no speed. No speed on these vultures means he's not going to be able to track down these probes. He won't even get a single kill here on the probes. Super annoying stuff. Okay, he does get one down and a kill on a Dragoon. Oh, 2 kills on a Dragoon. That is very uncharacteristic for Snow. Losing 2 Dragoons to just 2 mines. Another one? Oh, just barely not. Here comes that shuttle once again, going in for some harassment. Can he actually get it down? No. The barracks floating there is going to reveal that attack, and now this is the challenging moment here. This is really where the rubber hits the road for the Terran player. Can he get that 3rd base up? Maybe he can deal a lot of damage at this 4th of Snow. This is so impactful. Tons of probes are going to go down here, trying to go for the surround. There's one cannon finishing up, but this is so huge. He's getting so much damage. Tons of probes going down. He could just ignore this cannon. No, he accidentally hits the cannon. He's got to go for probes. More probes need to go down here. Can he actually get some? Just go for it. Go for it, Royal. Oh, man, he's kind of losing an opportunity here, but at the same time, Royal is trying to take this 3rd base, so a lot of moving pieces here on the board right now. Royal gonna snag this base. Can he actually get it? 2 shuttle running into the main. This is a big counterattack from Snow. Couple of Reavers landing out here. Scarab's shots going off, but not really connecting with a lot of these SCVs. And Royal should be able to come back and clean this up. However, he's ceded the high ground to Snow. Snow is going to take that high ground advantage at the 3rd base and deny the 3rd base for a lot longer. 4 supply depots die at the same time. Super annoying stuff. And Royal not able to get that 3rd base up. Man, what a frustrating position here for Royal. He's been playing this game really, really well thus far. He's gotten a ton of damage on those probes, but the fact remains this map is really Protoss favored. It's going to be so hard to take this 3rd base. He's going to have to fall back here with his tanks. Just slow Zealots running forward. Storm on 1 tank. Not the greatest, or not the greatest storm, but a secondary storm follow-up kills 3 tanks. Nicely done. No target fire onto those Templars, so he does eat the full brunt of those storms. Royal, I don't think he can take this 3rd just yet. He's going to just spread out his units and initiate an attack now. Only 130 supply though. Maybe this can work. Oh, he's not going to go for an attack. He's going to actually instead spread out and try to take 6 o'clock. Getting his tanks down in that location would be very strong. However, Snow just immediately moving to counter this move here from Royal, sending all of his units around the bottom right. He's going to get in this position extremely quickly. However, Royal is already ready for this. He's got his tanks all set up. Running up this ramp is a suicidal attack, so Snow not going to go for that. Instead, just going to back off, try his best to... Really, he's going to try and walk up this ramp. Just don't even try it, Snow. 3 more Dragoons get splattered immediately, and the 3rd base will finally be successfully taken here by Royal to transfer those SCVs over, and his position is pretty good. He does have a lot of tanks and Goliaths in that area with some mines as well. Maybe he can hold on to this. However, he's got to spread himself pretty thin in order to get this done. 2 shuttles coming forward. Where are the Goliaths here? There's just not many Goliaths to be had, and looks like a ton of Zealots managed to drop out on top of those tanks. There's still 3 tanks here, but not the best target fire, mostly hitting onto some of these Zealots, and it looks like Snow's gonna break him once again. This command center has to be pulled away. Huge moment here for Snow, just dealing immense damage to the base attempts, the third base attempts from Royal. Now a counterattack into the natural as Royal moves to clean up this attack. He's been stretched so thin throughout this game. I don't think that he's going to be able to deal with this counterattack effectively. And even if he does, can he actually get a third base? It's going to be so hard at this point. With Snow spread out all over the place, he's got 191 supply to just 106. Literally nearly 100 supply ahead of his opponent. Nearly untenable position for Royal. He's going to attempt one more time to take this third base, but we're already 16 minutes in. A fifth base is coming up for Snow. And he is looking to be in a unlosable spot, especially for someone of his caliber. Good D-Matrix there. Does manage to stop that Storm from going down as well, picking off the Templar, and he will secure this third now. But I think that with a few more dropships and another round of units, Snow should be able to deal with this third base and land the killing blow here. Another group of Zealots, and of course that shuttle with Storms landing on a bunch of these Terran units. Big Storm there on the clump of tanks in the center. So many Storms coming out here, it's ridiculous. He's missing a lot of these SCVs, but finally he does connect with that. Picks off the majority of the SCVs at the third base, so limited on economy here right now. Royal again down to 106 supply. A full 100 supply advantage there for Snow, who is massing up through the center of the map. He's taking more bases. He's looking amazing right now. Doesn't need to tech switch right now, but he absolutely could go into Carrier or Arbiter or whatever he wants. Instead, he's just going to run it up the middle here and try to break Royal where he is weakest, with only 5 tanks there in the natural area. The Storms landing on some of these tanks in the back line. The Dragoons should be able to clean up whatever's left, and the Zealot rallies will be able to do the rest. Alright, falling back here for just a moment. Snow going to cede a little bit of ground here. He's getting killed. His Dragoons are going down. That's not the best, but it's fine. 92 supply to 184 means we are on the cusp of a Protoss victory finally in this series. Royal's still hanging in there. He's had such a great run so far that he just doesn't want to give it up right away. Even though his position feels so unwinnable, he's still hanging on to hope here right now. Just hanging on to that dream. His perfect week of KCM, killing 6 players in rapid succession. But it looks like it's not going to happen here. Another Storm on the high ground. D-Matrix comes down just in time to save that tank, but more Storm on the SCVs. Huge kills there. 10 kills on that Templar. GG. Royal taps out, and Snow takes game number 6. Hey, here we go. Barracks is up next. He's on cross maps from Snow, who's in the bottom right. My god, Terrans have been absolutely carried this week by Sorry, aka Royal. They are right on the cusp of victory, right at the gates of victory, and here is the gatekeeper, Snow, standing in their way. They've got 3 chances. 1 is already done. Royal is knocked out, so just Barracks and Rush are left, but 3 chances to take down this Protoss player. Can they do it? Can Barracks or Rush clutch it out and take the victory? The first victory this season for the Terrans, and really the first points at all that they've earned this season. They've already got 1 point in the bag. If they take this win, then they get 2 points and put themselves really back in the running here. But it is a tall order. Snow sent this zealot across the map. He didn't know where his opponent was. Turns out he is on cross map, so not the optimal situation here for him. There's already 4 Marines out on the map, so that single zealot's not going to do much. But these Marines are pretty split up here. If he manages to get on top of these with the zealot, he could end up killing a lot of them. Oh, a bit of lag there. I think that was with the video recording, but the zealot was not moving during that engagement there. He was just kind of sitting back, and this Dragoon's taken a ton of damage, so Barracks doing very well. He's only lost 1 Marine thus far. He's got this Vulture out, so he can continuously chase this down, try to deal some more damage to that Zealot, pick that off. And the Marines are too much of a threat for that Dragoon. He can't really turn around here unless the Vulture overextends. Another Vulture coming up. Still no machine shop that I can see on the map, so gonna continue to put on this pressure. Getting in the way of this Dragoon. There's no mines here or speed, so it's not the scariest bush in the world, but 5 Marines plus 2 Vultures. He manages to pick off the Zealot. That 1 Dragoon is very low, but looks like Barracks wants to turn around here. He's got his command center down. Okay, he does have that machine shop. He's researching right now. It's a little bit sad that he lost that Vulture. That's another 3 mines that he ends up missing out on, but he's moved up here right to the front of the Protoss base. He should be able to lay down mines here right in front of the main. And that is a good situation for the Terran player with this Vulture expand. That's really the optimal situation, is to get your mines down right in front of the Protoss base. You have so much warning about anything that's coming out, and Snow will have to wait for observers. He'll have to play it normally here in order to get out on the map and actually put some pressure back onto the Terran player. There's those mines. We've just got a good old robotics build here out of Snow, just the typicals, the standard. He can't get out and actually put down another Nexus right now. He's just going to have to wait for his observatory for a little bit longer. But as Snow moves out with that first observer and his few Dragoons, there will be an opportunity here for Barracks maybe to slip some Vultures by, try to get some kills in that natural. Barracks playing a little scared, already adding on turrets back at home, despite the fact that he's got mines on the other side of the map. A little bit overly cautious here. Could easily come in and just see that there is a observatory. No crazy DT build or anything like that coming out of Snow right here, but I understand Barracks trying to play it safe. Comes Snow, gonna take that 3rd base. Moving out only with 2 Dragoons, keeping the rest back at home. Very prudent play, very cautious moves here from Snow. Doesn't want to take any damage from a Vulture run by. Barracks back at home. He too playing it safe. Doesn't have a second factory up just yet, so a little bit curious about this build. I don't see a starport either. Generally you want to get one or the other. Looks like, there we go, second factory. He has his armory up as well, so he's going to be starting those upgrades. And if I had to guess on this cross map positioning, Barracks should be thinking about taking a 3rd base here relatively soon, adding on a 3rd factory actually. 3rd factory coming down for him. That's been spotted by Snow. We'll see if Barracks wants to initiate some sort of big attack here. He'll have to throw down a couple more factories, maybe go to 4 fact, or, oh, a nice run by here into the main base. Gonna snag a few probes. 2 probes going down so far, a 3rd as well, but he won't get much more than that. No easy feat, though, to get some vultures past the defenses of Snow. He's usually incredibly good at stopping that from happening. So big props to Barracks for getting through there. He's adding on his turret ring at the moment. I don't see a 3rd CC or a starport just yet. Just sending out a few more vultures here. Coming across now. I'm going to look for some damage, maybe some transferring probes coming towards that 3rd base, but look at how prepared we are as the Protoss player here. Snow doing a great job of just dealing with that. That's generally how these aggressive run-bys tend to go when it's Snow as the defender. He's so quick with his Dragoons. He's always in the right positioning. But this time he might be okay. Keeps them right in the way. Snow's so good. Of course, Barracks does manage to pick off one of those probes. Moving to expand. Looks like Snow will opt to expand towards the center right instead. He's got a probe in that location. Throw down a 4th Nexus here pretty soon. That 3rd command center is coming out now, and the starport is also done. So we will have a longer macro game here. Wow, Barracks sneaking in again. Getting in there and killing a few more probes. That was a great trade for just 3 vultures, picking off at least 3 or 4 probes there. Snow getting prepared for the move out by Barracks, making sure that he's right in the face of this Terran player as he begins to move out, as he tries to take that 3rd base. He's not going to let it go down easily. Buy as much time as possible as this 4th base comes up. So really hit his macro stride here. Nice crisp move out here by Barracks, and a very good drop and double reaver shot from Snow to just pick off one of these tanks. Ooh, baiting the shots from the tanks with the single Dragoon, and actually gets another tank there. That was pretty amazing. Snow pulling off moves that you rarely see any other Protoss player do. This is really him at his best here. Pulling out moves like that. Oh, just barely in time. Look at that timing by Snow. So damn good. Hasn't taken even a single shot on that Reaver just yet. Barracks has moved out and is able to now take his expansion. But I think Snow has bought enough time here. He's going to be satisfied with the play and Reaver harassment thus far. Killing off a couple of tanks and barely taking any damage for that. Slowing down that expansion. He's going to take the top right-hand base now as well. Going to grab that other main. Hasn't transferred any probes to this location just yet, but those probes will be sent over there now. And he will secure this 4-base economy. Uh-oh. Misses that vulture in the top right-hand corner, and that could actually kill his probe there. 2 Reavers inside the main. One of the shuttles does manage to survive. It looks like he's going to go after these vultures. He could end up trying to focus this armory. There we go. Armory taking a lot of damage. There it is. Armory does go down. Reaver falls. One more shot. Nicely done. Picks off 1 tank for that Reaver. We got to get a click on one of these tanks here. See how or what upgrades We're cancelled there. I think it might have been the +1 armor. +2 is done, yeah, so +1 armor gets denied. Not the biggest deal in the world. That armory getting picked off. Not too bad for Barracks. That second armory there is tucked away in between a bunch of supply depots, so if there was another drop here, could be absolutely devastating to lose that armory and those supply depots to a few Reaver shots. But for now, this Reaver of Snow just kind of chilling here, making Barracks a little nervous, maybe trying to get him to pull some more units back. Not able to make it happen. Fourth base is on the way, but Snow's not going to let that happen. He's going for it, guys. Sending in the Zealots here. Huge attack towards this third base. Massive storm on a ton of tanks. Many SCVs going down to the storm as well. Hugely aggressive move here from Snow. It's paying off dividends. 11 kill Reaver sitting in the back with 1 HP. What a weird situation this is. It's like Barracks going to send his army across the map, try to push back, but his army supply is relatively low. How is this still sitting here? It's so weird. Gonna get a drop off in the main. 1 Vulture with 7 kills. My goodness. Still has 3 mines as well. Looks like quite a few probes have gone down at this 4th base. Barracks trying to make it interesting, trying to deal some economic damage here. He will end up losing his dropship. This other Vulture still dealing damage here. Gonna try to pick off this assimilator, looks like, but not gonna be able to do so. I like what Barracks is doing here, just expanding as quickly as he possibly can. Barracks is just focusing on that defense, getting himself in a good position here, not going to aggress onto one of Snow's bases and leave himself open to a counterattack. Instead, just going to move forward, try to take this base, but can Snow stop this? He's got some more storms here, I think. Another storm coming through. So many SCVs running right through this storm. Huge SCV damage, and all of the tanks are getting picked off. We've got some more reinforcements coming down here, but I don't think that Barracks has enough to save this base. He's going to have to lift and move. Yet no 4th or 5th base on the way just yet for Snow. So if this base does come up, then Terran and Protoss will be on even bases here. And it looks like the command center will actually survive, surprisingly. So when this command center survives, even though we've lost a lot of SCVs, we still have 4 command centers. Still have a lot of SCV production. The income is looking pretty decent here for Barracks. He's at 125 supply to 163. Still a fighting position here for the Terran player, and with 4 bases secured, he is going to have enough income for the rest of the game. As long as he doesn't lose any of these bases, he can just continue to produce here. He's on 0-3 right now, 3-0 upgrades. 3 attacks, 0 armor. Means his army is a little bit fragile, but does pack a serious punch. See where Snow wants to go with his next rallied out army here. It looks like he's planning a counterattack towards this natural. What is back at home for Barracks? Well, it's all sieging up right now. Let's see if Snow can break his way through here. It's quite a few Dragoons, but there are a lot of Vultures. He snipes that Templar right off the bat the moment it pops out of the shuttle. The 5th base is on the way for... sorry, excuse me. A 5th base is already finished for Snow. A 6th base is on the way. Barracks is now behind in bases, but it's fine here as the Terran player. Oh my god, the storms though. Those storms killed off about 4 or 5 tanks. Just the storms alone. What a clutch move there by Snow, just getting the absolute best trades he can possibly get, the most value out of his units. Looks like Barracks is ready to just move across the map, but I think he's a little bit too early here, trying to take an engagement with his unsieged army, and big storms on those back tanks. There's not too many tanks left over. The targeting's not the greatest on the tanks either. A lot of them firing on the Zealots in the front there, dealing a lot of splash damage to his own units. Now there's still quite a few Dragoons left over. Really good movement with the Observer by Snow, not allowing those turrets to deal any damage to that Observer, just keeping it barely in range in order to pick off the mines there. Heron barely holding on, just barely holding on with the turrets and the mines and his reinforcements. However, a huge reinforcement wave coming forward from Snow. He's going to be dropping storms on these mineral lines here. Oh my goodness. Snow just deleting that mineral line, getting rid of all of the SCVs at that location. We've got about 8 Dragoons in this mineral line. Can he actually pick off this command center as well? We're on the edge of victory here for Snow. 196 supply, 100 supply differential at the moment. Barracks just barely hanging on. Trying to pick off this command center. 43 HP. Oh my god. Everything going wrong here. Barracks doing his best to hang on, but just the endless rallies here should be enough to finish him off. Another storm comes forward. Nobody plays this style better than Snow. He makes it look so incredibly impressive what he's able to do with the storm and the shuttles. This pure gateway army, the speed shuttle, really the backbone of this army right now. We come forward once again. Another rally coming through. Good pick off on that Templar before it could get its storm off. He's going to go for another one. Storm on the back tanks, but there's so many Zealots here. Does it even matter? Only 2 tanks on this high ground. A few more vultures make their way up, but there's Zealots all over those tanks. Gonna lay some mines here, trying to clear out the Dragoons. Wow, that was a great mine connection. I feel like Snow just doesn't really care anymore. He is fine to just forget about those units, A-click, and move on. 180 supply to 69. 69 supply, you guys. Barracks. Barely any mining left over. The constant harassment on the SCVs throughout this game means he has barely any income right now. Pretty good D-matrix there, but it's not enough to save that tank. Great storms once again hitting all 3 of those tanks, and he's going to finish off a lot of these vultures as well. Another rally of Zealots coming forward. Just 3 tanks here in the natural, 4 tanks, excuse me. But it's not going to be enough. Just Snow expanding everywhere on the map. He's got his 6th and 7th base. GG is called. Finally, Barracks going to tap out here. It was a valiant effort, but Snow, so damn good. He is incredibly impressive to watch when it comes to the speed gate style. Speed shuttle and gateway man. Well, it looks like Terran has been stuffed so far. There's only one more chance here for Terran to take a victory. Rush is going to be our final player of the night. See if he can take down Snow. See if he can score a goal, take those 2 points home and the prize money for the Terrans. Let's go ahead and watch that final game. Okay, our final game of the night. We've made it all the way to game 8, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me here today. It's been a heck of a lot of fun. That last game, I wasn't too shocked about the result. I was pretty sure that Snow was going to be able to take it, but I still tried to stay hype. Even though it is quite a mismatch. However, this game, I feel like the roles have been reversed here. It would be an upset if Snow was able to take out Rush. Rush is the preeminent Terran player in Broodwar right now. He is one of the sons of Starcraft for sure. I think only second only to Flash, of course. Though Flash is not active right now, he is in the military, so without Flash here, definitely this guy is our #1 Terran player, and we'll see what he can bring out here today on this map. We are on Revolver. We've got vertical spawns here, Snow in the top right and Rush in the bottom right, setting up his base, getting prepared for this first Zealot. Make it here just before the third Marine pops out. Good pullbacks there by Rush, getting quite a bit of damage onto the Zealot already, and Snow just immediately pulling back here. Knows he can't get any damage. Perfect hold thus far from Rush. And he sees everything inside the main of Snow as well. Looking good so far. Along with being basically the best Terran player in the world right now, this is also one of my favorite players, Rush. So cool, this guy. The way he plays. I've seen some really innovative stuff out of him over the years, especially recently. His wins in the ASL, especially against the Zerg players that he played, were absolutely mind-boggling. Just so cool to watch. It's incredibly rare to see someone who's able to parade push with quite the efficiency that Rush can do. In Starcraft 2, it's totally common to see a huge line of Marines crossing the map and just joining the main army in a long stream, but that's very tough to make that work in Broodwar. You cannot just hotkey all of your barracks together and have them sent directly across the map. So this guy mechanically is just amazing. He is another level, and that his TVP is no exception, guys. He's incredibly strong in TVP. We'll see what kind of build he wants to go for this game. I want to see him play this out in a long macro game. I don't want to see like a 4 factory push. I'm sure he can do a 4 factory push. He could do a 2 factory push. He could do basically anything here, but personally, I think his long macro play is really where Rush shines the most, when he just starts out expanding his opponent, getting into that huge army, the 160 supply army with a ton of upgrades. Just move across the map and demolish your opponent. Now, we'll have to see if Snow can pull him apart before that can happen. Will he be able to get in with the damage from the Reavers here before that really strong mech army can come out? Nice blocks there by Snow, just barely able to stop those vultures. I could have sworn there was enough room there for the vultures to slip by, but that Dragoon is really fat. He's been overeating this holiday season. Too many cookies, man. Look at this guy. Can't believe he's blocking that whole entrance. Nice defense there, not allowing any of those mines to connect. First observer is out. Gonna check out the strategy here from Rush. He sees the second fact. He's going to come over and see the armory. No overreaction by Rush. He's not adding on a bunch of turrets right now. He knows the number of Dragoons means there's not going to be a DP rush or anything like that. Just a little bit more crisp and efficient here than Barracks was in that previous game. You can see those slight differences making a huge impact in the way these games play out. A couple of probes did go down there in the mineral line, but Snow dealt with that pretty quickly. Robotic support bay is done. A Reaver will be out shortly. Then the real game can begin here. Snow's game can commence. A Stargate coming down, so not going to rely on the speed shuttle style that we've seen in the previous two games, both against Royal and Barracks. Snow seemed to be content to stick with that style, but now he's going to switch it up here. Adding on that Stargate means likely we're going to end up seeing Arbiters here. Perhaps Snow's not feeling confident in his ground-based army. Maybe he wants to switch it up into carriers against this monster. Second armory coming down here. A bunch more factories coming up as well. Is this going to be a 1-1 timing from Rush? That is a lot of factories going down. Does he know about this Stargate? Gonna get a shot of that. I think it's gonna be carrier. Yes, it is. Carrier on the way. Bunch of factories coming up here. Science facility as well. Mines are already in position. No area to drop there for Snow. Really good defense thus far from Rush, and nice scan there. He sees that Stargate. Huge moment here for Rush to find out about that. He's already got all of his factories on the way, so he should be gearing up here for a 2-1 timing. We'll have to see how Snow can deal with this. It's going to be balancing things on a knife's edge here. Carriers are going to be popping out just as the first wave of the attack comes across the map. Rush is just about ready to go here. He should have the Goliath range on the way. He should be starting to produce Goliaths, but continuing with his tanks as well. Snow out here clearing out the map of mines, making sure that he can move his army freely. Another factory coming down, so full committal here by Rush. No third base on the way. I'm not going to get that big macro game that I wanted to see. It's all going to come down to a massive assault here by Rush. So many gateways coming up for Snow as well. He's not just going to rely on the carriers. He wants to have a massive ground army to counter what Rush is about to do. Big unsiege there. Looks like Rush just about ready to head out on the map. Reaver there in the front, slowing things down, dropping a few mines here as the tanks push forward. Rush taking some ground for himself, but Snow slowing things down very well, taking this high ground. This is a very difficult location to push through. Gonna siege up once again. Needs to get a scan off here and push this high ground. Nothing sieged at the moment. He's going to try and take the high ground by force. There's the shuttle about to go down here. Target fire on that shuttle. The Reaver falls as well, and now it's go time for Rush. He's unsieging everything, sending his SCVs as well. Huge reinforcement waves coming along here. Tanks are coming towards this natural. He's going to get a great siege position below the natural base there. Carriers coming coming out, getting in the way of some of these reinforcements, but Goliaths popping out are going to be able to take this down. Only +1 is finished, so no +2, +1. Zealots on top of all of these tanks. Huge moment here for Snow as he kills off a bunch of these tanks. There's no Goliaths here, and only a couple of SCVs building turrets. One of the turrets does manage to finish, but is it going to be enough? Second turret just about to finish up as well. There's a few tanks coming forward here. Another SCV making another turret there, but it does get picked off. Any more Goliaths coming up should be able to get here pretty quickly. Going after the probes, trying to deal as much damage as possible. Rush just going for it here. He's not going to wait for his Goliaths at all. Just going to try his best to kill all of the probes and the Nexus if he can. Some vultures coming up as well, getting some great harassment damage here in the natural. Good job with those mines as well. A lot of probes have been picked off, but this attack has been stifled. Rush running forward with just a couple of units here and there, and they're getting cleaned up. There's nothing really left here for Rush. Is there a third base on the way? He's done quite a bit of economic damage, but he needs to get a third up. He needs to transition here. There's no way that continued attack is going to end up winning him the game here. But does he have any choice? Is there really a transition point? I think that Snow with 4 carries is going to be harassing to an insane degree. Something that I don't think that Rush can actually deal with. Nice harassment here. Rush getting over to the side once again. He will be able to pick off some of these Zealots. He's going to get some probes as well. Unfortunately, though, there is that pylon wall, so he's not going to be able to sneak by. Get any more probes here in the natural. There we go. More and more probes going down for Rush. This is pretty good stuff. However, carriers are still here. The carriers have arrived. They're not going anywhere fast. Pretty soon here we're going to have 6 carriers out on the map, and that's where things start to get really, really scary. Good number of Goliaths out here for Rush, but as long as Snow micros properly here, he shouldn't end up taking any carrier losses. There really isn't enough tanks at the moment for Rush to force an engage that he can win. He's just kind of got to sit back here behind his mines with his tanks sieged up and hope that Snow comes forward and makes a mistake. Does a bad engage and ends up losing a bunch of his Dragoons. Maybe he can dive forward with these Goliaths. Going after that Observer. Good move there by Rush. Just killing off some of those Observers really slows down these Dragoons from pushing towards that third base. Another Observer here. And join up with the army. Rush has secured his third and is beginning to mine off of that location. The +3/+2 is on the way, and Rush is holding strong here in the center of the map. Snow gonna push forward. Can he actually take this engage here with this number of tanks? I don't think it's a good idea. That's quite a few Goliaths able to actually get in range of these carriers here, as long as he's got the vision, and he does with that barracks. Great job pushing away these carriers here. Rush standing firm, denying any damage right now. Second Cybernetic core. Double upgrades will be on the way shortly for these carriers. But Rush is neck and neck with Snow in terms of supply. Of course, that's not the biggest deal when you're going for carriers. It's fine to be even supply with the Terran player, but even after that crazy, not really crazy, but that really all-in attack, that 2-1 timing attack that's supposed to end the game before the carriers really get going, even though that failed, Rush is still here in a good position. I'm really impressed by his tenacity here. That really speaks to his overall strength in terms of his mechanics, just able to continuously produce all the time, never missing a beat, never missing a macro cycle. And he's managed to build a huge army. Nice pick off there. One carrier goes down immediately, down to 6 carriers, still an incredibly high number. Too many zealots coming forward here, and I think there's just not enough vultures with this army. So many Goliaths are just getting picked off pretty much for free there as the tanks fire down on those zealots that are standing right next to the Goliaths, dealing a ton of splash damage. Goliath number has been absolutely crushed. I think we had about 2 control groups worth of Goliaths, and now it's just down to 3 or 4. There comes the reinforcements, able to pick off another carrier. But there's really not enough Goliaths at this point. He has to sit back for quite a while, add on to those Goliath numbers, and especially some vultures as well to just clean up those zealots when the engagement does occur. Oh, looks like a tank drop over in this location. 3 kills on that. Snow's macro starting to grow out of control here as he takes his 4th base. His army supply is growing pretty darn fast, actually matching that army supply rush just so quick. Able to keep right up with Snow here. Fighting with the carriers. Not the most efficient way to fight here as Rush, but he wants to push forward. He wants to get himself into this nook, this area underneath the natural here. It's a good position for him to take a fight, and he's got the tank count that he needs with those upgrades to actually take a fight with all these ground units. Snow's going to need a massive surround here. He's going to need some great surface area with a ton of zealots to actually take this fight. But Rush pushes forward once again, just smashing down a few of these Dragoons as he makes his way towards that 3rd base. Fighting just head-on Goliath versus Zealot. Not the greatest idea there, and all of the Goliaths are not really together. Big surprise from the north part of the map. Snow just barrels down on top of all these tanks. Has Rush made the blunder that will cost him this game? Seemed to be in a good position, and he's going to pick off another carrier, it looks like, but can he actually take this fight? Wow! Rush just shoving everything back. I thought he was going to be broken there. I thought he was going to be stopped, but he's got so many Goliaths rallied up, constantly rallying across the map with these Goliaths. 5 Goliaths, 1 tank. Over and over and over again, hitting these carriers. He's going to pick off another carrier here, looks like. Well, the carrier is so incredibly low, but he doesn't actually get it. However, Snow cannot defend this base. He's going to lose top center here. He has another base just to the left of this, but Rush is shoving down towards the natural now. Another carrier comes forward. This Reaver is so clutch right now, blowing up a ton of these Goliaths, and the Zealots jump right on top of the tanks, start to pick them off. Only a couple of Goliaths left. No 4th base on the way for Rush here, and his supply drops below 100. Another good hold by Snow, even though he lost that Nexus. I think killing off the army there of Rush even more impactful. Reducing that tank count is huge. Of course, there's only a few Dragoons left over at this point, maybe 1 or 2 on the map. Everything else is just pure Zealot and Carrier, so we're getting into a really scrappy game now. Snow able to retake that 3rd base. Gonna get his income going once again. Rush, long distance mining from a fourth. This is definitely the scrappiest game we've seen so far in this series. Rush gonna move through the middle of the map again. This seems to be the area that he really loves to fight in. I hope that he doesn't get carried away and try to dive on that third base once again, because I felt like he was about to win before that happened. Now only about 5 tanks here, but the Goliath number is so high. I'm not sure that even these Zealots can stand against this. There's no vultures. Okay, a few vultures joining the army right as I say that. Here comes the interceptors. A lot of damage on those though with the 3-3. The Goliaths really deal a ton of damage to those interceptors. Another base taken here by Rush, the center right base. That's going to secure his future here for a little while longer. You can see Snow has barely any money in the bank right now. He's spending rapidly. Both these guys so low on that cash. 140 supply apiece. A very, very tight game here in the final of this week of KCM. Really excited to see a game like this. We'll see if Snow can pick off some more units here before the actual engage happens. I think that's absolutely what he needs to do, but Rush has so many Goliaths right now. It's hard to take those tiny engagements. It's very, very hard in any situation for the Protoss player to take a good and cost-efficient engagement against Terran with 3-3, but wow, so many mines going off there on the Zealots before the engagement happens. I think that Rush can take this easily. A lot of Zealots ended up going down there right away, so these Goliaths are just, excuse me, the Zealots went down right away, so the Goliaths can just run rampant here. He's gonna try and deal some damage to his command center. Gonna get the heal on there. There we go. Bit of repair from Rush. He's gonna shove his army forward and press the issue here. Coming back with the carriers once again. Gonna try and go for some of these reinforcements. Try to kill off Goliath as efficiently as possible while the armies are engaging here over by the third base of Snow. Reinforcement Zealots doing a great job getting forward here, but Rush is going to walk up and take the high ground, try to deny that mischance there, stop that mischance and actually get some damage on those units, but more and more Zealots keep getting rallied up here. There we go, some vultures managed to come up and join the fight, but great mine drag there by Snow, just bringing all of these in. Looks like the fourth base or third base is going to go down for Rush. Snow does pick that off, but the third once again gonna fall here, and that puts Snow on only a single mining base. Rush is ahead in supply. This is getting ridiculous, guys. Who is gonna win this game right now? I have no idea. This is a great play by Snow or by Rush as well, getting the tanks on the low ground. He's gonna pick off all these probes. Snow just gonna go for a counterattack rather than trying to save that base. No mining here for Snow. Not even a single probe can mine at this point. Are there any tanks back at home for Rush? I don't see any. But Rush coming back with a ton of Goliaths, gonna flank this army from both sides. Watch this. Here comes these carriers down towards that last mining base of Rush. He needs to save this base. He's not really moving his Goliaths in the center of the map. Instead, just keeping them back. Waiting for a critical mass here, it looks like. He doesn't know that he's standing right on top of an observer. But this is basically all he has left is the Goliaths that are on the field right now. Can he actually take this fight and win? He's going to try to kill as many interceptors as he can whenever possible. Those interceptors cannot be remade at this point because Snow has pretty much zero money. He's got 46 minerals. Looks like he's long distance mining those patches that are just randomly at the front right now. You know, those ones that we see on screen right here, those little mini patches? Snow is long distance mining those right now. Great job by Rush running forward with these Goliaths. I think he's going to take this fight. Not enough interceptors left. The Goliaths are just shredding them apart. Only 4 Dragoons here doing their best to kill off these Goliaths. They are very good against them, but there are so many Goliaths and just not enough money left for Snow. He cannot rebuild these, and Rush can easily float a command center out and start mining at a fresh base. If he has a command center, does he have a command center? Did he float all of his command centers out already? Hold on. I'm not sure if we see a command center right now. Oh my goodness, all of the probes going down. Every single probe dies. That mineral field there in the front was being mined for a little bit. Now, Protoss carrier with 24 kills, but only 2 interceptors left. Absolute hero carrier here, but what else can they do? They really don't have the interceptors left over anymore. Where are the SCVs of Rush? He's not mining at all. He's just moving around here. Gonna take this engage. I don't think that he has a single scanner because he doesn't even have a command center right now. GG. Snow finally taps out. Wow, Rush takes that game. Wow. I am speechless. What a beautiful game from Rush. What an incredible effort there by Snow, trying to bring it back for the Protoss, but Terran, today is their day. 2 points on the board for them. They take home that prize money and finally get themselves on the board. Wow. What a day of KCM. Here are the point rankings, guys. Is it hot in here or is it just Rush? Damn, that guy. He's got those quick fingers, man. What an insane player. Rush playing excellently in that last game, but Snow really holding it off to the very, very end. Glad that Terran managed to get a victory here. Finally getting themselves on the board. They are now tied up with Zerg. Take home that prize winning. Also, Roa going to take home his all-kill prize. Big ups to him. He's really impressing me lately. Able to take down 5 players today in one-on-ones. Very, very impressive. Now, it is Sunday here today, guys. I'm going to drop this video today. Next video will be out hopefully on Thursday if KCM is able to release at the regular time. So I will see you guys in just a couple of days. Hope you have a great week. See you next time.